It's week 5 and 6 of my development of Dot Adventure, and this is where I'd like to announce I've switched to a every 2 weeks I will do a devlog on Dot Adventure, as I feel will allow me to provide more information at one point rather than the every week system I have been using so far. So, if you want to make sure that you're always up to date with the development, make sure you subscribe. One of the big things I had felt this week or last week in week 4 was I wrapped up the UI. So the final blanks that were left over from the previous week are all now filled in. So the entire UI for Dot Adventure's inventory and magic system is roughly set in place, so there will definitely be changes as the development process continues. One of the big focus I have done for the past 2 weeks is work on equipment traits, which are a set of traits that each armor set imbues the player when they're wearing it. I believe there's 13 different traits which all do a different variety of stuff. Each one has 5 different levels, and so it scales in power proportionally as you have higher levels of it. Some of the equipment traits include mana, recharge faster, speed upgrade, stamina upgrade, mana efficiency, which makes your spells that you cast more efficient. Other ones are like dodge, which is when you get attacked, you have a small chance to avoid taking any damage. And then there's also ones like low health, which is when you're below, I believe, 20% health, you deal extra damage to both melee, ranged, and magic attacks. Additionally, there's also reflect, which is when you get hit, your armor will deal back damage, but it doesn't deal back magic damage or ranged attacks. It only does melee, and it doesn't deal back any elemental damage, only the strict physical damage of the attack. But there's some equipment traits I haven't been able to do because the systems that they rely on don't actually exist yet, such as world travel safety. So when you're moving around the world, there's a chance you get ambushed, and in these suits that chance is lower. Sorry, I've got a dry throat. Additionally, other than world safety, there's also discount, which prices for items are lowered for you, but this one is also not done. So I have a few more, I think 4 more equipment traits to do that I'll do as these new systems get developed. So that's what I've done this week. What am I working on next week? Well, I will start working on the weapon traits. Now, weapon traits is slightly different, as it's called augmenting, and unlike the equipment trait where it's fixed for each set, each weapon will allow you to customize it based off your own player choice. So this requires a lot more code on the side to make sure each of the weapons limits the number of augments it can take, how many and all the trade equipment systems and all the items that you need in order to create an augment. Additionally, when you augment something, it's not just like, hey, I have these items, boom, it's augmented. It's, hey, I have these items, and then you play this little mini game thing, which its difficulty will be based off of how rare the augment is. So you'll have to both get the items and also be able to beat the minigame, and which will be, in the minigames, it'll be like an arcade style game. But that is what I'll work on for the next month or so. So I will see you in 2 weeks.